Hey y'all, today's objective is solving multi-step inequalities. To solve multi-step inequalities, it's very similar to multi-step equations, which we did last unit. You still are going to touch twice, use the distributive property, and combine like terms. One thing you have to remember though, if you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to switch your inequality symbol. Just like we've been working with inequalities. If you multiply or divide by a negative, your inequality symbol is going to reverse. So remember, you touch twice, use the distributive property, and combine like terms. Alright, example 1, solve 3 times 4 minus x is less than 9. So I have rewritten the equation, and I've shown you right here where I've touched it twice. It was minus x, and so I've touched it twice. And then I have the distributive property. 3 times 4 is 12, and that's where I got my 12 from. And then 3 times negative x is negative 3x. So 12 plus negative 3x is less than 9. I have now the solving process, what looks like a two-step inequality, which we just learned how to solve two-step inequalities. I have to undo this plus 12 with a minus 12. 9 minus 12 over here. In order for me to subtract 9 minus 12, I have to touch twice, and I get negative 3. And then I brought this negative 3 down. Negative 3 is less than negative 3. I did not switch my inequality symbol because I didn't even multiply or divide. All I did was subtract. To undo multiplication, I have to divide both sides by a negative 3, and I have a little note over here. Did I divide by a negative? Well, what did I divide both sides by? Yes, I divided both sides by a negative, so that means my inequality symbol is going to change, and negative 3 divided by 3 is 1. So my inequality is x is greater than 1. That is the solution to this inequality. X is greater than 1. Alright, example 2. Solve negative 4 is greater than or equal to negative 4 times negative 2x plus 3. Whew, that's a mouthful. So I'm going to go through these steps with you. First, we need to touch twice. Do I have any touch twice? I do not in this one. So now I'm going to go to the distributive property. Negative 4 times negative 2x is 8x. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. I bring down everything else. So notice these two negatives equal a positive, and this negative and this positive gave me a negative 12. I have now a two-step equation, so I want to undo addition. So I'm going to minus negative 12 on both sides. And that is left me with 8x on the right, and 4 minus negative 12 is the same as 4 plus 12, which is 8. I have multiplication that I need to use division. The inverse of multiplication is division, so I'm going to divide both sides by 8. So let me ask you, did you and did we divide by negative? No, we did not divide by negative, so my inequality symbol stays the same, and 8 divided by 8 is 1. Oh, just like the other one. 1 is greater than or equal to x, or x is less than or equal to 1. Alright, example 3. Solve negative 4c plus 3 times 2c minus 15 is less than or equal to negative 29. So we've got a lot going on in this problem. I'm going to try to work through this one slow to make sure you see all of the steps. First thing I want to do is touch twice, and then I need to distribute. So when I distribute, I'm going to bring down my negative 4c plus 3 times 2c is 6c. 3 times negative 15 is 3 times negative 15 is negative 45. I don't think that's correct. I found a mistake. Hold on one second. Y'all know we do, sometimes I do this in class. See this 15? That is really supposed to be a 5. That is supposed to be a 5. And 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Is less than or equal to negative 29. I apologize. Sorry. That was supposed to be a 5, and now we're supposed to have 15. So we've distributed. Now let's combine like terms. Negative 4c plus 6c. Negative 4c plus 6c is 2c. Plus negative 15 is less than or equal to negative 29. So I've done everything. I've touched twice. I've distributed. I've combined like terms. Now I have a two-step inequality, and I'm going to undo the addition first. So I need to minus negative 15 from both sides. Negative 29 plus 15. Negative 29 plus 15 is going to give us a negative 14 because they're different signs, so we subtract. My very last step, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. Did I divide by a negative? No. So my inequality symbol stays the same, and C is less than or equal to negative 7. C is less than or equal to negative 7. Sorry about that mess up. I'm sorry. So you try number 4. I've shown you 3. I've worked through them, shown you the steps. You try number 4 on your own. I want you to touch twice, distribute, combine like terms, pause the video while you work it out, and then when you're ready to hear my explanation, restart it. So we touch twice, and then we distribute. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. Negative 3 times x is a positive 3x. So make sure you got that positive 3x, because a negative 3 times a negative x is going to give us a positive 3x. I need to combine like terms, so I'm going to combine my negative 15 and positive 10. What did you get? Negative 15 plus 10? Negative 5. And now I can start the solving process. I want to minus negative 5 from both sides. 49, so you touch twice. 49 plus 5 is what, 54? 54 is less than 3x. Ooh, I don't know this one off the top of my head. Okay, guys, so divide both sides by 3. Did I divide by negative? No. So I'm going to have to go over here. 54 divided by 3. 1, 8. So 18 is less than x. I did not switch my symbol because I did not divide by a negative. That was kind of hard. So the last one says solve the inequality and then match with the correct graph. Here's your inequality. You have to solve that inequality, and then you have to pick which graph, A, B, C, or D, matches that inequality. So let me call this out to you. Negative 3 times n plus 7 plus 5 is less than or equal to negative 67. So you work this one out, and then once you solve it, you pick which graph matches your inequality. And make sure you bring your answer back to class tomorrow, and we will discuss in class. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm going to show you. Pause the video. Time out. And then when you're ready to watch it, you watch my explanation. I don't have any touch twice. I'm going to distribute. Distributed, and then I'm going to combine like terms. I got negative 16 because negative 21 and 15, oops, that's not 15, that's a 5. It's negative 16. Now I'm going to solve by subtracting a negative 16 from both sides. And I get negative 3n, negative 67 plus 16. Let's see, those are different signs. We subtract those. Negative 51. Did y'all get that? I think it's right. I divide by negative 3. Did I divide by a negative? Yes, I did. So my inequality is going to switch to greater than or equal to, and n is greater than or equal to 17, which means equal to, so it's not A and it's not C, so it's either B or D, and it looks like my correct answer is D. I hope you got that one right. We will work more with this tomorrow, and if you're frustrated, I understand because this is hard.